Hello learners. In previous lecture, we have discussed about horizontal analysis and what actually is horizontal analysis. Now I will be discussing out vertical analysis of balance sheet. So we will see that what is vertical analysis and you get more idea from a practical example. So first of all, we will see the definition of vertical analysis. So if you see what vertical analysis definition talks about. So vertical analysis, which also known as common size analysis, is similar to horizontal analysis. Here also you will be calculating the percentage, but the way of calculating the percentage will be different from horizontal analysis. It can be performed on the same financial documents, right? However, financial analysis just meant yeah. However, financial analysts perform vertical analysis vertically inside of column rather than horizontal across time period. Right here in horizontal analysis, we have seen that you were comparing the performance from different years. Right, you took different years and you were comparing your current year performance with previous year performance. But here there will be different kind of analysis. Here, what you will be doing, you will be comparing your current year performance with same data, right? You will be taking one base data and from that base data you will compare the other data. Like I will tell you, vertical analysis translates into financial statement to percentage of a base figure. You have to find out the base which has value of 100%. Using percentage can make data easier to visualize and understand. So first of all, I will tell you that what is going to be the base figure, right? So let's suppose what I'm doing here, I'm analyzing the balance sheet of Dabur Limited. And if I want to analyze my assets, right? I want to see that what is the performance of asset. So what I will be doing, I will be taking base figure. Now, in case of asset, what could base figure? Let's suppose if I'm taking profit and loss account. So what could be the base figure for profit and loss account? Sales could be the base figure, right? Sales could be the base figure and remaining figure is going to be supporting figure. See here also, when we analyze the assets, right? When we analyze the assets, so what could be the base figure here? Base figure is going to be total assets, right? So I will be taking base figure, that is total asset, and it will be 100%. It will be 100%. I will be taking this total asset as a base figure, and I will comparing the value of other assets in total assets, right? So if you see what I have to do, I have to the value of deferred tax. So value of deferred tax is 17. So what is the percentage of deferred tax as compared to total asset percentage? So simply what I will be doing here, I will be taking 17 and dividing by this 5467. That is the total value of asset. And we will be getting here the percentage of deferred tax, right? So if I calculate in terms of percentage, so the value of deferred tax percentage is how much? It is 0.31 percentage, right? And what I will be copying because I have freeze the total asset value. So now I will be copying the value here. So if I copy values here, so what values we will be getting? So I have to keep these values in side only, and I won't be taking these values to liability also, right? So if you see here, so what is the I will remove this particular value, right? Where there should be value, I will be removing those values, right? So if you see here, what I have done, simply I have tried to calculate the value of assets. Right? So instead of these values, I will remove these values which are not required. So here, okay, so if you see here, so what is the value of gross block? What is the value of gross block out of total asset? So if you see the weightage of gross block out of total asset is how much? It is 38.58%. Approximately, you can say it is 39%, right? So company has invested their 39% money in purchase of assets. You can see the value of total asset is how much? It is 39% approximately, right? Further, if you see the value of block, why net block is the value, the percentage, the weight of net block is different from gross block because we are charging depreciation. So the value of net block is approximately 21%. 21% here, right? Now, if I talk about the total value of non-current asset, if you see the total value of non-current asset is 93.42 percentage. So total weightage of non-current asset like building, land, etc., etc., is 93.42 to percentage. So let's suppose if company is having assets of 100 rupees. So company has invested 93 rupees in acquisition of non-current assets, right? So the weightage of non-current asset is how much? It is 93.2%. Why the weightage of non-current asset is more here? Because Dabur is a manufacturing company and manufacturing company require more machinery, more non-current assets to manufacture their product. Right. So if you see the total value of a non-current asset is 5,107. That weights to 93%. Right. Now further, if you see, if I count the weight here, okay. So here if you see the total non-current asset is 5,107. Now if you see, if I calculate the total of current assets, right? So total weight of current asset is how much? It is 43.52%. We have to adjust liability also. We have to adjust current liability also. Here they have used different format, right? Here they are showing current liability and asset side, which they are reducing from current assets. So this is going to be net working capital, right? If you see what is the weight of inventory, so the total weight of inventory is 20.38%, and the weight of current asset is how much? It is 43.52%. You might be thinking that, sir, the total weight of non-asset is 93% and here the total weight of current asset is 43%. So it will cross 100%, definitely crossing 100%, but we have to consider current liability also, because usually companies, they are using diff format, right? So if you calculate the net of this current asset and current liability, so you will get here 6.27%, right? So the total weight which company has invested for working capital. What is working capital? Working capital means funds which are required for day-to-day running of business, right? If you're paying salary, if your salary is outstanding, buying raw material, so total fund which is invested in working capital is 6.27%, right? So to current asset is 43.52%. It shows that if you are investing 100 rupees in your total assets, right? So 43 rupees is required for working capital. 43 rupees is required working capital. But what company is able to do? Company is able to finance 37 rupees from current equity, right? So there is a requirement of 43 rupees, but company is able to manage its finances by taking this small loans or some credit from their suppliers, and they are able to manage 37 rupees. So what is the net requirement for current asset? Net requirement for current asset is 6 rupees only. Are you able to understand? So if in current asset side I'm showing inventory, how much inventory I'm showing here? 20 rupees. Let assume it is 20 rupees out of 100. We are investing 20 rupees in inventory. There are creditors who are giving me credit of 34 rupees, right? So that is the reason I am able to manage my working capital, and working capital is a difference between current asset and current liability. Right. So you can see this is how we will be analyzing that what is the weightage of current asset and what is the weightage of non-current asset. So you can see company is managing their business very well. They are investing very less amount in their working capital. Only 6.27% they are investing, right? So if I do the total of non-current asset and net current asset, that is working capital, so it will be 100 rupees here. See, it will be 100%, right? So hopefully you got the idea that most of the funds company has invested in their non-current assets, right? And how company is managing their this liability or element of current asset by taking short-term liabilities from their suppliers, or maybe some loans company is taking, right? So this is what you can do. You can calculate this data for multiple years, right? You will be able to find out the great data if you're doing it from you are doing it for multiple years, right? So let's suppose I get for now year 2020, right? So if you see here, so what will be the data? So we are getting the same, almost same information. What company has done? Company has invested 76.75% of their money where in a non-current asset, and here if you see, company has invested 8.07% of their money in working capital, right? So you can see this data and you will get the better idea. Also, what company is doing? Yeah, so you can see here. So we have calculated 100%. Okay, so there is some mistake, right? Because I have freeze the data, so it's selecting the value of total asset. It should select value of this total asset. So I will change the value here. Instead of 47, B47, I will be taking here D47. So we will get the correct data. Yeah, you can see here how much company has invested in their non-current assets. So company has invested 90.8% in their non-current assets. It is similar to previous year, right? And how much company requires for current asset? So company requires 40.43 percentage fund for current asset. But somehow company is managing 30.96% of this current asset requirement from current liabilities, right? And here if you see, so the requirement of working capital is 9.47%, right? So similarly, you can do this analysis and you can see that how companies are doing, right? So company requires current assets. Somehow company is able to manage their 80% current assets with the help of current liabilities. So about vertical analysis. Liability part I will be covering in next lecture. Thank you.